right?
Yes, yes. Without a web app also we can do. Now this is a service which is available to the customer. This is that, for an example, many customer do not want to pay everything for the production environment, because everything is not a production. Correct now. Many things they are doing lot of testing and development. So they come back to Microsoft and say that, boss, even if I create one virtual machine, you are charging so much high. You are charging 10,000, 15,000. But that virtual machine I am exactly not using in production. Why you are charging for a production one? Correct. You in a background you may probably do not give me Intel 7, give me Intel 5, because I am only testing that, right? So Azure then come up 2.5 years back. There is something called Azure Dev Test Environment. They say that I will also give you Azure Dev Test Lab, where you can create the same infrastructure which you can create in a production. Only thing is that the performance and you can say a kind of a speed might be difference, but we will charge you very less. And here you can also say that, for an example, you can define the process for, let's say, after 6 o'clock this server will automatically shut down, and in the morning 9 o'clock when I start, only that particular 9 to 6 the billing will go on. Okay, so Azure Dev Test Lab will give you the liberty to provision all the services of Azure the way you like do in a production, when you are habituated to do in a production. But only thing is that it will give you a resources in a background which is not very performance optimistic, but at least it will give you an environment where you can go and test your whole process, whole code or something like that. And when you are comfortable with, you can use the production servers. Okay, so this is called Dev Test Environment, available in for every Azure cloud now.
But
Remember,
what if we want something like a staging environment, right? In real time scenario,
no, a
real life
staging
scenario.
environment is a pre-production environment. That is different. As of now, what the Azure you work on is called production environment by default. Okay, so your charges will be production charges. It means that if 1 hour of virtual machine or web app if you run, if the charge is 10,000 rupees, the charge is 10,000 for you. Okay, because they have no idea that what you are doing, because you are using a production tenant right, straight away. Correct. They give you
Right.
another feature which is called a dev test lab. When you enable the dev test lab in your Azure tenant, and whatever you do inside the dev test lab, they are charging and pricing is totally different. You can say that it's almost 1/4 of the production server charges.
So then we can set up most of them can set up their production servers in dev test environment.
Yeah. You can set, but only thing is that you will face a lot of performance hurdle when you actually people will start using that.
Oh, okay.
So in a background, they actually give you the server with the oldest configuration. No? They give you, let's say, for example, Itanium 4. No? They did not give you Itanium 8. And then when you are using Azure DevOps, you do not have to rely on any other tool. Azure Security Center will give you the whole picture. Okay, that how your complete application, which you are managing using the DevOps, are exactly is there any security vulnerabilities there, or is there any kind of a, you can say that, a threat which you are able to see into your application which is running inside the Azure, right? So you have Azure Security Center as well. Then Azure by default give you the monitor and application insight. Correct. So through which you can see the whole dashboard.
So can we will we be using all these tools in our
Yeah,
DevOps app?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because it seems to be very expensive. That's why.
So this is how the DevOps growth now in a Microsoft. So Microsoft itself using the DevOps tool for their internal engineering team. Okay. So just look at there.
Okay.
They say that they have a 78,000 deployment per day for different products. They are releasing patch for MS Office. They are releasing patch for Windows 7. Correct now. They are releasing patch for this product, and they are also developing a newer version of the product. So you understand the kind of DevOps the Microsoft is using in its area. Just now go to the video now. Go to the YouTube now, and let's understand that how the Microsoft itself is using the. Now this is how the Microsoft is using the DevOps in their for their own internal purposes. So they are using GitHub, they are using .NET. Now this is Azure DevOps pipeline. Yeah.
Sir, one question, sir.
Hmm.
Hello.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Uh, do you implement Azure DevOps in freelancing project?
Uh, Azure DevOps into.
For in a freelance project, will anybody ask for
Yeah.
integrating
So
Azure?
I will tell you the story that uh, during this lockdown period now, right? We
Yeah.
get one surprise project which we are not expected. Okay. So in that project, what the customer has, they are using the on-premises .NET environment, okay, and they are developing that process. So they are moving to the Azure. They also have an Azure subscription. So they say that if I move from my IIS based, so their whole environment is the IIS based. Okay, so they have a virtual machine which is running the IIS, which is load balance, and your .NET Visual Studio directly pushing the code to the IIS. Hello.
Yes, sir. What happened? I don't know.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Something today is disturbing too much. Okay. So I say that the project is about that they are using the everything which is running in on premises. Okay. So what we did, first we moved their whole process to Azure, and then we introduced the Azure DevOps. And their code will also now transit from a manual, they are using the manual repository. From there we will move everything to the GitHub. From the GitHub we have integrated the Azure DevOps pipeline, and now they are using this pipeline as of now. As of now they have not reported any issues. This project we
Okay.
did during the lockdown period itself.
Okay.
We will do the same project with you also. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
We will migrate the whole thing from on premises to Azure, and then we introduce the DevOps in the process. This was a very fun, interesting project. Yeah. So this project anyhow is a part of your, now we have included into the curriculum.
Okay.
Okay, scroll down now. So this is what the pricing is. Okay. So for an example, when you are using the free one, definitely we are going to use the free one. We have a limitation that we can only create up to 10 parallel jobs. Okay. And when you are using the small teams, you can create up to the 5 users. And then again you have a limitation when you are using any team size, then it says that you will start paying $6 per user per month.
Okay.
Okay, scroll down now. But still the pricing is very low if you compare with the pricing of using Jenkins and Ansible in your system. Scroll down now further.
I think that's the end.
End. Okay, that's all good. Okay, so how we start with the Azure board first. We understand, we will understand what is the process of Agile, what is the process of Scrum, and how we are using the Azure board to design our projects. Okay, so what I
Okay.
recommend that
Okay.
if you have a time, since we are touching this topic tomorrow, you just go through that video. Can you go to the YouTube now? In a search box, just type Azure DevOps or AZ400. Enter. Now you have a video called AZ400 Dev Azure Board Basics. Okay, so you just watch this video today, so that when we are actually doing the lab tomorrow, we understand that how the board will go and configure.
Okay.
Good.
I'll do that.
Huh? Sir?
Yeah.
Sir. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.